Alrighty guys, we're going to be doing two cheap mods that you can do on your BMW E36. This is my 1997 BMW E36. It's the 328 IS Coupe version, and yes, we're going to be doing some signal mods. So we're going to take these yellow signal marker and the side marker and we're going to swap them out. Now I found two options that you can switch them out for: a smoked color or a white crystal clear color, and we're going to be going with the white crystal clear color. Now when you start with these side markers, they might be a little difficult to take off. You see that this one is kind of worn and the gasket is not even fitting on the actual side marker. It's also a pretty ugly looking color, so we're going to be changing it out here with this white crystal clear signal marker. It's pretty cheap, not too expensive, and it's going to look pretty cool. So to be able to take it out, you have two clips here. You have one on the front and you have one on the back underneath this flap. First off, you got to make sure the flap or the gasket is completely on the side marker. Otherwise, you'll have what happened here on the original side marker. The gasket has been slipped underneath the signal marker. So just pull around on all the edges and make sure that the gasket fits tight. You can also purchase some gasket glue or some type of bond material. Now I didn't have to do that and everything worked out pretty good, so hopefully you don't have to do that either. But if you're having trouble installing this, you might need to get some bonding material. Now this can be a little bit tricky. This side was a lot easier than the driver's side. When you pull it out, try to pull the front or pull the back first. Usually you have to pull the back side of the marker first and then slip out the metal clip. To be able to take out the bulb, just simply twist and turn and then pull it out. It might be a little difficult to pull out at first if it's been stuck for a long time. Before you put the new signal marker in, you're going to definitely want to clean it. If you don't clean it, the new marker's gasket might scratch some of that dirt into the paint and cause some rusting problems later. Now when you want to install the marker, make sure that the gasket again is completely on around all of the edges. When you get ready to install it, make sure you line up the two grooves of the signal marker to the two grooves on the light bulb housing. Also make sure you don't touch the light bulb if you don't have an LED light bulb. If you have the incandescent or the halogen, I'm not really sure about the halogen, just try not to touch it, get grease on it because it might burn the bulb out. Once you install the bulb and you twist it and turn it, again be sure that the gasket is completely on. Without that bonding material on it, it's really easy for the gasket to come off like it just did there. Once you're confident that the gasket is on, push the signal marker into the body panel and then make sure that that metal clip up front catches and the groove in the back catches as well. Now on to the next side. This is going to be real simple. We're just going to repeat the process. Push the signal marker up, pull it from the back and slide it out. You don't want to catch that metal clip in the front and maybe scratch the paint. Here is what it looks like. You can see the groove there in the back, and then the clip in the front is what you got to work with to take it off. Just repeat just like the other side. Make sure the gasket's on. Insert the grooves together. Twist the light bulb. Insert the front first. Push forward and then push back to be able to catch the lip on the back side. Maybe give it a little wiggle again, and now look at that. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Now on to the next cheap mod. Here we're going to be taking out the amber signal light and again replacing it with that crystal clear look. Now the signal marker looks pretty cool. I think this turn signal lens is going to look even better. To be able to reach the back of the turn signal, you have to open the hood. It's real simple. To be able to pull this out, you have to have two separate actions. Let's look at this new one just to be able to see what we're working with. So you see there's a bunch of little grooves and stuff here, but the first step you got to do is pinch the bulb, twist it, and pull it out. There's also two grooves there that we'll show you here in a little bit. Also, you have to make sure that when you're sliding it in and out, that it stays on this guide track right here. This second part right here, just push this clip in to be able to pull it out and put the new one in. Real simple, right? So let's get to taking the bulb out. You can see right there, you have two little clips that you got to pinch, and then you have this other clip here that when you're pulling it out, just simply push it. So let's do it. First off, take that bulb and pinch it. You see my two fingers right there on the front and the back side, pinch those two little clips, and then take the bulb and lay it off somewhere else. Also make sure you don't touch the bulb because you might burn it out with the oil from your fingers. Take that little clip that we saw there before, make sure you push it, and then with a little bit of effort, pull it right out. Now we're going to take this dirty looking turn signal lens and replace it with this nice white crystal clear look. So as I said before, you're going to take these two guide tracks, line them up, and then simply push. You're probably not going to hear an actual click, but push in hard enough and then reach it from behind and give it a little push and make sure that the lens isn't going anywhere. Might not line up flush, but it lines up as good as the original lens. Go ahead and take your turn signal bulb and install it. Before you get started on the other side, you're going to want to test it out first. Now that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Much better than that ugly amber look. Now on to the passenger side. Just repeat the same steps. Take out the signal bulb, push that clip in, and pull the lens out. Take your new lens, line up the guide bars. You might need a flashlight or a second person to be able to help you out. Once the guide bars are lined up, go ahead and push it in. And again, you're probably not going to hear a click, but reach from behind and give it a little push and make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And then you can reinstall your signal bulb. Again, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? So there you go. 2 cheap mods that you can do on your BMW E36 that doesn't break the bank. Now I think in total, this mod is going to cost you around $70 with shipping and handling. That's for 4 different signal lights. I don't think that's too bad of a price, especially when a cold air intake could cost you $100 and people don't even see it. And also, replacing your headlights or your rear tail lights might cost you $300, $400, or $500, and coilovers are probably going to cost you anywhere between $300 to $800. So this is a pretty cheap mod for the cosmetic look. Now I've been noticing that my headlights have been getting pretty hazy. Now we tried a different product here on this channel. It was the Meguiar's Plastic X. Now that stuff didn't really work too well, so we're going to try something a little different here. We're going to try this Mother's Mag and aluminum polish and see how that works. If you want to watch that video, subscribe to the channel. This is AutOdometer and we have 3 older cars. I like driving older cars. I think it's worth the money. I don't like sinking money into newer cars that are going to need work anyways. This channel was created to show you how I keep my cars running and why used cars are the best way to go.